What's the status of that sale?
Well, the process is still continuing. We're pretty far along in the process. In fact, we're very, very near the end. But currently today we're not saying much other than the process is continuing, and we hope to make an announcement soon.
Now, there's been some concern about the implications for your staff of this buyout.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say whether their jobs are likely to be safe, or would you expect some fundamental changes in the company?
Well, I don't think that the sale has anything to do with the employee base. The sale is really a change in shareholders or ownership. I think what's more important is to look at what's happening in the industry today. If you look at the economic situation, you look at the challenges our industry is facing, obviously all of us as suppliers have to look very, very closely at our cost base and our strategies going forward. But there's nothing specifically tied to the sale with employees.
Now, how is business for you? Obviously, the whole economic landscape, should I say, has changed greatly since we were here
Yes,
at IBC last year. How has that impacted Grass Valley?
I think like other manufacturers, it's impacted us. We've seen a decline in business in the first half. If we look at some of the public companies who trade and we can see their results, I would say that everyone seems to be in the same boat. Some better, some worse, but I'd say we're right in the middle of what we're seeing as an industry trend. So it's been very difficult, but also it's been quite interesting because there's a lot of very key projects going, and we've had a lot of great successes that are very interesting in what's going on in the business.
And has the economic climate and its impact been a major factor in the decision by Thomson to sell the company?
No. Thomson's decisions were based on its own strategic needs and on its own financial program that was trying to improve, so it had nothing to do with that.
Just to recap, largely what you're saying is although the company will have new owners in due course, this is not going to make any difference to your day-to-day operations.
No, the only difference it'll make is, largely we'll get a lot more focus on our business. We'll pay a lot more attention to where we're going to take the business strategically, but that's really inherent in our business today. That's nothing to do with the owners that
and fresh investment as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Now, you're making some announcements, I believe, at the show this year.
We are.
What are they?
Well, other than a number of customer announcements about large momentum with projects, probably the most important project that we're announcing here is a joint venture that was formed between ABC in Australia, which is, of course, the national broadcaster, and Win TV, who is the largest commercial regional broadcaster. They formed a joint venture to create a business that will outsource their own play-out and content management centers to this new joint venture, and we were hired as the architect and the builder and equipper of this facility in Australia.
So this is a large new contract, is it?
Yes, a very large contract, but also that's important. Obviously, we at Grass Valley are happy about the contract, but it's also a very interesting application where a commercial broadcaster and public broadcaster are teaming together to try to help bring flexibility to their business and help bring cost improvements to their business.
So you say you're putting together the architecture
Yes.
there. Can you give me some idea of the scale of that deal?
We're not allowed to actually talk about the size of the deal specifically. I will tell you it's a multi-million-dollar project, and we're doing everything from design to equipping the facility.
Now, I probably should know about that already, but is that something that's being officially announced here this year? Is that something that's been ongoing for a while?
It was not announced. It will be announced this afternoon at the Grass Valley press conference. It's been kept secret in the industry till now.
Okay, is that the first time you've been in a deal of this kind in Australia?
No, we actually are very successful in Australia. It's an important market for us, and we've had a lot of great successes there. And I think the experience we've had in Australia is what led us to winning this project. I think both parties, both Win and ABC, know us quite well, and they know our capabilities. And during their competitive process, it was, I think, pretty clear that we had the skill set and the knowledge base to do this in Australia.